How special is this? That is Wild Child's baby from last year. It's a beautiful 8-point this year. And look at him right there. Isn't that gorgeous? This is right out of the kitchen window above the sink. And we look over there, and look at that. When I said Wild Child, I meant Red Tag, I'm sorry. I said Wild Child. And that is Red Tag laying right there. See the red tag in her ear, just barely. And that's her baby from this year, who's now running around with her pretty much full time. Hardly see her without it now. The other deer should be here somewhere. Oh, there she is right there. That's her other baby, the buck and doe twins from last year. And look where they're laying. I mean, they're laying right here, really and truly, very, very close to the house. They're within 10 or 12 yards of the front porch. And keep in mind, all the babies, the 3 babies, are totally wild deer. That might be, I don't know if that statement could be anybody who believe that statement because they're laying there just like pets or yard ornaments or something, but they're really not. They're really not. It's a wild deer. And my guess is, looking at that rack, that Mr. Forrest, which we haven't seen since last year during the rut, Mr. Forrest is the daddy of that deer right there. And it's possible he might be the daddy even of, because he was around during a lot of the rut, the daddy of that little girl right there, which means she would have great genetics in her, great genes. She's not going to be an American Eagle Great Genes ad, but she's just as pretty as that girl that is. Sydney, I think's her name, yeah. Sydney would love those deer, wouldn't she? Yes, she would. But that's a beautiful, I think that's a girl deer with red tag. But that is really something to have all 4 of those simply laying right here by the house this year. I'm talking about laying right by the house. What a deal. TC and Fat Boy are laying off out there. But I look over here and see these, and I thought, oh my gosh, isn't that something? Well, as I was watching the deer in the front yard, right there by the kitchen window, red tag and her 2 twins from last year and the baby from this year, the Texas Hunter feeder went off. She jumped up, and she jumped up and they just leisurely walked across. I didn't video that, but leisurely walked across through the prayer circle. There were other deer laying off out there in the woods. All of a sudden, I saw them all walking toward the feeder, and then the feeder went off and they all ran, and there they are. So I'm telling you, if where you live, if it's legal to have a deer feeder, it's legal to have a mechanical feeder like that you can set the timer on, goes off several times a day or whenever you want to go off. If you're fortunate where you live, the state where you live, and Oklahoma, Texas, most of the states in the South, it's totally legal to have feeders. And we have lots of deer in the South, but y'all have a lot of deer in the North and in the West also, deer all over the United States, whitetail especially. And if it's legal where you are to have them in your yard, and you probably, even if it's not, many places it's legal to have feeders, not legal to hunt around them. Obviously, we don't hunt around these, but they're just one of the greatest things you can do for the wildlife, supplement what they get in the outdoors, and during the wintertime when things get really scarce, or the hot summers where all the fields burn up and you don't have much rain, drought seasons. Golly. It's just, look at that baby eating that South Fresh deer food. I get my deer food out of Alabama, South Fresh, great company, sell feed all over the South of all kinds, and not just deer feed. We get our fish food from them also. Fish feeders are legal, I guess, in every state that I know of. I don't know. I wouldn't know for one way or the other, but I think you can have fish feeders everywhere. Surely some of the northern states don't ban that. The northern states are not nearly as free as the southern states. There's no doubt about that. Different type political leaders, and they're just not free. But we are free here in the South, and we love it. And fish feeders give you a lot of enjoyment as well, because they go off and you have hundreds of fish come up and feed, and fish around your dock or around in front of your house on the shoreline. Just an amazing tool if you love the outdoors, if you love the wildlife, which obviously I do. So what a morning, what a special morning. Chris is still asleep. I took her to the bathroom right after daylight, and been watching the animals ever since. And going to be a 100-degree day, but what a way to start it out. Just enjoying what God has provided, which is what we do every day. Whatever we're doing, we're enjoying what God provides. Yes, we are. That's so unusual to have a doe that still has her babies from last year that won't leave. It just shows you how much she loves them and how much they love her when they stay in there with her, even though her baby of this year is now running with her every day. Those twins are in there from last year. That's very unusual to see. So it's going to be fun to watch and see what happens over the next few years with that little family of deer. And there is, that could be his daddy there, but I'm thinking that Forrest is his daddy. Really believing it's Forrest and not TC. He's going to be a big, beautiful one. Maybe someday Forrest will come home. I sure hope so. Well. Now, here's something we haven't seen in a while. A little flock of turkeys out there. And it kind of appears in looking at the size. I see Thunder Chicken out there with his big, long beard. And then the one that just went behind that tree there, walking over there, is a big hen. It's Thunder Chicken. And the others seem to be about 3/4 grown babies. So those three there, four maybe. You got squirrels out there. The deer pretty much clean things up. The turkeys have come in there, and the squirrels, they kind of clean things up. But it appears, and I'm thinking that that's a hen that has not been here. And those are poults. Yeah, those are smaller turkeys. Look at the size of that turkey out there. It's a smaller one. And the prayer circle is absolutely jammed with deer, big time. And Wild Child's baby doe from last year, her baby, I think, doe from this year. Maybe too early to tell and not 100% positive. It's so amazing that bond has remained with her doe and fawn. Now, they do like to be around each other. They do like their family. Something scared them there. Probably a limb or something fell on one of those metal buildings. But look at the deer eating in the yard. I seed annual rye in my yard as well, which is kind of silly, but I do it just for the animals. And, in the wintertime, it does keep the green a lot longer than normal because I've got all of that rye out there, which will grow in the wintertime. But that is definitely a hen with maybe 4 babies. Look at all the squirrels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squirrels. Need to thin those out a little bit, but you can't hardly ever shoot them because Benelli runs them up a tree. And then secondly, they're around when the other animals are around, and I don't want to take a chance of accidentally hitting a deer, missing a squirrel and hitting a deer or something like that with a ricochet. But that's exactly what it is. We got a mama hen. We did not see any babies running around the house at all with the turkeys. But we have a mama hen out there that's got 3 or 4 babies. I'm just not sure which. But I think I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turkeys right there. I think one of those, and then there's a turkey right over here, which is a big gobbler. That'll be Thunder Chicken. And so I think that all these over here is just one hen and her babies, her flock from this year. And obviously they have a lot of predators, just like everything else has got a lot of predators in the woods. But those are definitely baby chicks. They're not babies now, they're pretty much grown, but you'll see they're quite a bit smaller. And I think what we have out there, now there's Thunder Chicken makeover, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turkeys, which would be with the gobbler in there. If there's 5 total, that'd be a hen and 3 chicks. If there's 6 total, it'd be a hen and 4 chicks, so I'm not sure. But I know that that's definitely chicks out there. Very definitely chicks. So that's good. That's a good thing. The owls get them, the coons, the possums, the skunks all get the eggs, destroy the eggs, the coyotes to catch anything it can. Oh, there's a hen over there. So I guess there is probably four babies, 1 hen, 1 big gobbler. That's cool. I love it. And the king of the house right there, Thundercloud, and Fat Boy, his little fat buddy. Hi, babies. How are you babies doing this day? How are you babies doing? That little baby out there. Now, the baby's going to run off because Apache's walking out there. But now, it'll learn as it gets a little more mature that Apache is a very good friend. And I'm going to show you exactly why Apache is a very good friend. You're their buddy, aren't you, Apache? Hey, Apache.
Yes, sir.
This morning, there was a hen out there that had 4 babies.
Right here?
Yeah, right there. Yeah, not too long ago, as a matter of fact. They weren't out there real early, but they were out there not too long ago. The babies were almost as big as the hen, but they weren't as big. You can tell they're young. So she's raised 4. I don't know how many she had, but you know, she got 4 up to good size. South fresh deer food coming out of that Texas hunter feeder. It goes off in the morning and goes off in the middle of the day and goes off in the evening. I think we set that one off 3 times a day, year round, all year round. So we go through quite a bit of South fresh deer food. South Fresh makes all kinds of food for animals, horses and cows and pigs and everything, but they make incredible fish food and they make incredible deer food. We've been using their food for years and years and years. Great people, great Christian people, great Christian company, beautiful company to do business with, beautiful people to have as friends. And our deer love them. They don't really know who they are necessarily. But they love them vicariously, I guess, through me. I believe that Red Tag's baby belongs to Forrest, that buck.
Yeah.
He sure looks like Forrest, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks just like Forrest.
See the little baby deer down there? She's kind of a little nervous.
If ain't right, just Forrest.
He's 8 point, and that's his first horns.
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
You feeling okay this morning?
Yeah. Yes,
About the same?
sir. A little bit.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Apache's friends right there for sure. All right, guys and girls, that'll wrap up this week's deer videos. I really hope that y'all enjoyed them just about as much as I did. If you enjoyed those videos, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch. This is our original YouTube channel. We got up there to around, around 100,000 people or so, and we split our fishing channel off to Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing to a separate channel of its own, and we also started a Catch a Better Life channel, a Catch of the Day channel originally, and changed it over to Catch a Better Life, where we do our daily devotionals. And actually, the channel that's got the most views on it now is the Catch a Better Life channel. We post videos there every day, so 7 days a week we post videos on there. Make sure you're subscribed to this Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch. This channel's been stuck at 125,000 people on it for, I don't know, maybe months, maybe a year. I don't have any idea. But we show the ranch stuff here. But if you like the fishing, it's on Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. If you're involved in that, of course, Catch a Better Life channel is absolutely the best channel we have on there, because it actually helps people every day, their lives get better. It helps my life get better just doing them every day. And we post those videos at 5 o'clock Central Time every morning. But this week with the deer was a lot of fun. We finally started having babies being born. Babies. Here we are in the middle of August still having babies. In fact, we had more babies, I don't know, we may have had more babies born in August than we have even in July. And just nothing earlier in the year. So the deer up here at the house, in the pens up here at the house, that we're trying to get some piebald deer going in there. Evidently, Prince Charming didn't do as good a job. He's got big giant antlers, and you saw them. I mean, they're huge. But evidently, he didn't do too much from the manly standpoint, because we only had 2 deers in there, 2 babies in there. We actually had 3, and we lost 1. And but Wild Child had a baby, and Split Ears had a baby, and they were both with Casper. So I don't think Prince Charming did his job at all. But so this fall, if we can keep both of them alive through the fall, we're going to get to the rutting season. We're going to actually probably put Casper with most of those for the breed for the rut, and then we might put a few in there with. We'll put a couple in there with Prince Charming, so he'll have some girls in there with him. But then we'll take those 2 out and put them in with Casper as well, to make sure that hopefully we get them all bred. But we got a lot of babies right now, and babies are looking pretty good. I'm going to get in that other pen up there. We'll show you some of those babies, but it's just fantastic. And the elk and turkey and squirrels and just lots and lots of stuff happening here at the ranch. So we appreciate you being on here. If you are not subscribed to Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you are, see if you can get a few of your friends, because it's amazing to me how a channel can stay at 125,000 folks on there for so long. Got over 660,000 people on Facebook. It's actually not growing either. We're growing on TikTok very, very fast, and we're growing on the Catch a Better Life channel pretty good. Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing is growing. But the big channels we've got just seem to be sort of holding static right now, which I don't understand it. I don't understand all this social media anyway. We mostly do Jimmy Houston Outdoors Television is what we're really involved in. But I appreciate y'all being on here so much. I love every one of you. Appreciate your comments. And just have a great week out there. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.